Hello, welcome to Tabletop CP. Today we're heading to the Soviet Union for a game of Bolt Action. Alright, so tonight it's another semi-random game. Steve's coming, he's playing the Soviets, he made his own list, so that's his army. So the Soviets are going to be in it, and I randomly drew the Americans. So I'm going to be bringing a vet-heavy American force against a Soviet horde, and we're going to be playing some Heartbreak Ridge. So let's dive into the briefing. Well, before we start the briefing, let's talk about our channel sponsors. The first is Kick-Ass Mail Order. So these guys are a mail order hobby company based out of the United States. They got all your hobby needs as far as 28 mil World War II stuff goes, terrain, minis, the metal blisters, everything you could possibly need. Check them out in the description and tell them that we sent you. Also check out our buddy Chris Reed's Etsy store, Panacea Prints. He has high quality 3D resin printed stuff, and he carries a lot of obscure stuff as well, from French heavy howitzers to French motorcycles to Crash Kitty Hawks. He's got a ton of stuff, so check out his store in the description as well. Tonight we'll be using the Autumn mat by Geek Villain. It's a very basic grass colored mat, but it'll fit any period you could possibly dream up. It's got a lot of contrast in it. Very cool mat. Check out the description if you want to get one of these. Alright, so game terrain wise, got some prominent wheat fields on the board. These are going to be soft cover if you're in them. We also have some fences around the outlines of these roads here. And these are going to be soft cover with a 2-inch visibility. All of the buildings are going to be soft cover as well. And then we have some dense terrain there, here, and here. And those are going to be soft cover. Dense terrain rules, can't see through them. Other than that, we got the road rules, nothing special there. And that'll do it for the terrain. Let's talk about the mission. So now we'll be playing one of our all-time favorites, Heartbreak Ridge. This is from the Bolt Action Alliance. We've played this a ton, and it's always a good game. Lots of movement, lots of action. So to start off, we're going to have one objective in the center, and then we're going to dice off, and the winner is going to pick a table quarter, and they're going to deploy an infantry and an artillery, or 2 infantry within there, and they cannot deploy within 12 inches of the center. And they will also be placing an objective of their own in their table quarter. That can be that cannot be within 15 inches of the center or 6 inches of the edge. So only 2 units to start. Half the remaining force will be coming in from reserve, first wave, I should say. The rest will be coming in from reserve. And the objective is to capture the most objectives. So there's going to be 3 of them. The middle one's going to be worth, I believe, 1 point. The objective in your enemy's table quarter is going to be worth 2 points. And the objective in your own table quarter will be worth 0 points to you, but obviously 2 points to the enemy. So it's going to be important to defend your objective, but also to capture the other 2. And at the end of the game, whoever has the most points via objectives will win the game. So let's go ahead and look at the forces. Alright, so we'll start over here with the American force. This is 1,008 points, but only 9 order dice. So these guys are going to be at a big disadvantage to the Soviets. But we got a lot of veterans. So I will start up here. We have a regular second lieutenant with man. This is Lieutenant Dan. He's going to be in charge of the platoon tonight. We're going to have 2 squads of rangers. Identical, LMG, 1 BAR, SMG Sergeant. Ranger Squad 1 is going to be commanded by Sergeant Chris Reed. Ranger Squad 2 is going to be commanded by Sergeant Andrew Cox. Then we're going to have 2 squads of veteran U.S. infantry. Identical as well, 8 guys, 2 BARs, SMG Sergeant, tough fighters. Veteran Squad 1 is going to be commanded by Sergeant Joe Thornhill, and Veteran Squad 2 is going to be commanded by Sergeant Shea. They're going to have 1 squad of veteran engineers. He's going to be commanded by Sergeant Cody Neal. And we're going to have a flamethrower, 2 BARs, and an SMG Sergeant. And then moving over this way, we have 1 medium mortar. This is going to be commanded by Sergeant Anvala. It's a regular with spotter. We're going to have a Dodge 3/4 ton, I believe, truck with a machine gun. Regular. And then we're going to have a regular Sherman 105. That's going to be commanded by Sergeant Tyson McInnes. So that's it for the Americans. Not a lot, but we got some very hard infantry here that hopefully can get the job done. So let's take a look at the Soviets. And here we have the Soviet horde. So 14 order dice at 1,006 points. So almost close to double the American dice. Almost. But anyway, so in command we're going to have Lieutenant Lankowski, and there's going to be 3 of them in this command team for this game. Then we're going to have 2 LMG squads. Each is going to have 2 LMGs, an SMG Sergeant, and this one has 4 extra riflemen, this one has 3. We got our inexperienced squad, 12 men, anti-tank grenades. We're going to have 2 Siberian squads, all SMGs, 7 guys. This one with the black base is going to be veteran. This one is going to be regular. We have a AT rifle, regular sniper. Everything else is regular. Medium mortar with spotter. We have a ZIS-3 divisional gun. We got the BA-10, I believe it is. So it's a Armor 7 fully enclosed light AT gun, coax machine gun, and also has a forward-facing LMG as well. We're going to have 2 trucks, and I believe they have machine guns. I'll have to double check that. And then we're going to have the quad Maxim truck as well as the tank slot. So that is the Soviet force. Huge numerical advantage. The Americans have a lot more veterans, so hopefully that will tip the balance, but we'll see. So as soon as Steve gets here, we'll go ahead and get started. Alright, Steve's arrived and we've diced off. I won the dice roll, so I picked this table quarter. So Steve got that one. And I placed my objective right there in the trees. Steve placed his right there by the road next to the fence. And I deployed first. I put my mortar in the trees next to the objective with the mortar spotter up there on the tower with good line of sight that direction. And then I put my Ranger squad out. So the Rangers lead the way rule, not really going to be in effect. I mean, it's in effect, but it's not going to be very useful in this game unless I wanted to rush out to the middle. But after thinking about it, I decided it's probably not a good idea to get too far up in this particular mission. So we're just not going to use Rangers lead the way in this. Meanwhile, Steve deployed one of his SMG squads there and his ZIS-3 divisional gun there. And I think that's it, so we're ready to get started. Alright, so before we pull the first dice, I got this nice dice bag from our buddy David.
Soft and supple.
It's very nice.
You want a dice bag to be.
Yeah, so David sent that to us. He runs the Dad and Dom store on, what's it called? The eBay. So if you want to get some a dice bag like that or a bunch of other stuff, I'll put a link to his store in the description. So thank you, David, for the awesome dice bag. Alright, here we go. Inaugural dice pull from the new dice bag. And it is a Soviet die, which is no surprise, as Steve's got 14 to my 9. So we'll I guess real quick I should go over what's in reserve. So this is all first wave. He's got the inexperienced squad, regular Siberian squad, mortar, AT rifle, officer, armored car, and then in his reserves he's got the quad Maxim, the sniper, 2 trucks, and LMG squad, and then the Siberians. My first wave is going to be the rest of my infantry, so another Ranger squad, the 2 veteran squads, the Sherman, and then my reserves are going to be the engineer squad and a truck, and the officer. And I don't think it's going to be any surprise what side the outflankers come in, because that's what my engineers are going to do. Okay, so Soviet die. Alright, so first thing he's going to do is he lined up the ZIS-3 on the mortar. Long range soft cover. I'm not going down.
Boom.
Oh, it's a hit. Oh no. So that'll be all of them. 2-inch 2-inch template, because it's a light howitzer / medium AT gun.
3 guys.
3 guys. Anything but.
Yeah,
they're all dead. Okay, well, first shot of the game, mortar wiped out. Okay then. Next die.
That's 8 order dice now.
Yeah, I'm down to 8. Another Soviet.
So we'll start.
All right, he's going down with his reserves. All right, we'll start that. I'll go down. We'll come back when we're done with this. Okay, so after the down dance and after the demise of poor Sergeant Anvala and the mortar to the ZIS-3, I finally got through everything, and I brought in Sergeant Shade's veteran squad, ran them up into the wheat field. I put everything in reserves down for me. Steve's got a ton of stuff, and he's still pulling my dice somehow. I have 8 dice against 14, and I'm still getting dice pulled out. And I don't really want them to come out yet. So Sergeant Thornhill's coming on over here. He's going to be defending the objective for the game.
Sorry, Travis.
I don't want to... Oh, you pulled another one of mine?
It's the new dice bag. It's favoring you. It's giving you all the early dice.
You know, the only benefit of having low dice is that this doesn't happen. You get to see what the other one does, and then you can react to it. Having less dice and having to go first is like a double disadvantage.
You're all veterans.
I am veterans. So Thornhill will be coming in back here, defending the objective. I got the two Rangers, a Ranger squad and a veteran squad. And then I got another one of mine. Okay, I brought my other Ranger squad, commanded by Andrew Coxon over here, with the other veteran squad on this side. And we are within range with everything onto that LMG squad. No movement penalty for the Americans, just long range in the open, needing fours. Alright, 4 hits. Okay, that's a pin. And see if we can take anyone down. No, this game is not starting well at all. Nothing but a pin, exactly. Alright, next die. Ten shots.
You got more dice in here. You got 2 more in here.
Come on, man. Another one of mine? Are yours even in
You
there?
said you only had 1 left.
I thought I did. Yeah, the Sherman.
You got 1 after this.
I just had Sergeant Chris Reed's squad go down. Alright, so you got like 10 dice, I got 1. I'm gonna pull, he's gonna let me pull 1. It's what I'm saying. Okay, this is bullshit.
It's not me.
And this has come in, just crashed right through those woods, up to the fence. And we're gonna fire at the guy, the only target I have. I mean, look at this. My whole plan was that there would be Soviets on the board that already moved, so that my Sherman can come in and fire at them. But somehow, I've got 1 target that went down. So I need a 6 with the howitzer, which will be the yellow dice, and then 7s for the bow gun. So here we go. I got 2 6s. So 1 hit with the bow gun, so that's another pin. So that's good. See if we can kill someone. Come on.
Yeah, you got him.
Oh, it's a 6. See if we get another one. This would be amazing because it'd be 2 6s for the 7. Yes, that's 4 6s in a row to hit. So I'll kill one of your machine gunners with the exceptional damage. So at least we got something out of it. And I think that's it for me. The rest of the dice are all Steve's. Alright, so killed the machine gunner. I got 2 pins. And then all the rest are Steve's. So we'll just let him, well, if he comes in and shoots, we'll show it. If not, we'll just come in and wrap up whatever movement he does. So we'll try to remember how this went. First he brought the mortar in the trees. Spotter came in over there. And then the AT rifle ran in over here on Steve's left flank into the woods. After that he brought in the inexperienced squad. They just ran up to the fence to secure the objective. And then the non-veteran Siberian squad ran into the wheat field. And then the BA-6 drove in, advanced into the wheat field itself. And its 2 LMGs are going to fire over here at Shea. So needing 8 shots, needing 6s. And I see 3 6s. That's pretty good. Veterans, needing 5s. Got 1. So that's a 6, you can re-roll that.
Dead and a pin.
So a dead and a pin. 1 dead veteran. So this guy bought the farm. Alright, so that's that. And he still has his officer left. He's the last of his first wave. So where's he going to come in? I'll let Steve think about it. So Lankowski just ran up there to motivate the inexperienced squad, and that's it. So the rest of the stuff's all reserved, so we'll move on to turn 2. Okay, top of turn 2. Okay, come on, man. You got 14 dice, I got 8.
You got a second shot at the guys out in the open. I was hoping for the first time. I wasn't hoping for you to draw. You want the early dice now.
Yeah, no, not yet.
So turn 2 to bring in the reserves? Or?
Yeah, so reserves can start coming in this turn, yeah. Alright, let me think about it. Kenneth and the Sherman drove up, crashed through the fence, and we're going to fire the howitzer at the LMG squad again. We're again going down. And then the bow gun's going to go over there onto the Siberians. So 6s for the yellow, or 6s for everything. Nothing. Got a 5. All right, next dice.
Yeah, no looking.
We're gonna have to ban this dice bag. Hey, look, it's a Soviet dice. The BA's moved up. He's gonna fire again at the veterans with both machine guns.
I got 1 hit.
1 hit. So that's 2 pins now. And another dead. I can't keep losing veterans like this. All right, next die. He's killed more than I have. He's killed 2 veterans. I killed 1 non-veteran. Gray dice are yours, so that's a Soviet dice. Steve just ran the Siberian veterans up further into the wheat field there. So next die. Another one of mine. Okay. Well, maybe I should do something with these boys. It's pretty clear over here, right? Well, let's see if we can pass an order. So I was kind of hoping to get my officer up here, but hey, I'm a veteran. How hard can it be? So we pass. So the Shay will do something now. Shay just slid over a little bit this direction into the wheat field. Still got the pin, so it's going to be BARs are going to be white. They're going to be needing 5s, and the yellow are going to be the rifles needing 6s. Onto those Siberians. So what did I say? 6s for the yellows, right?
Yeah.
Man.
No, it's 5s for the yellows. 6s for the.
No, it was 6s, 5s for these, 6s for these.
Oh, okay.
Man.
You got 2 hits.
Only 2 hits. See if we can take anyone down. Man. Nobody. Nothing but a pin. Okay. Next die. Another one of mine. Okay. So Andrew Cox and his Rangers advanced over the fence. We got the machine gun, BAR, and the rifles. Going into the Siberians again, everything needing 5s. 1, 2, 3 hits. 2 dead. Alright, now we're talking. Good job, Andrew. 2 dead Siberians and another pin. And next die. Another one. This, I don't know if Andre was here. I'd ask him what the odds were. 8 against 14, and all of the 8 coming out first in 2 turns in a row.
No, not all of them came out second turn.
I have a feeling he would know the answer to that.
The odds would be in my favor.
The odds are not good. The problem is, see, I need you to do that later in the game, when it counts to come first, not early when it doesn't. What do I even have out here? So I could start. I have my officer in reserve. I can't bring in my outflankers till next turn. And I'm done over here. So I'm pretty much down to these guys or my officer. So Chris Reed just went down. We're waiting for the Soviet horde to arrive on this side. So we're just going to hang tight over here. Next die. Soviets. Squad Maxim has now come in over here. I'm starting to have doubts about my. These guys might need to do a advance to the rear. So the Squad Maxim's got 4 medium machine guns on it. And he's going to fire at Andrew Cox's Rangers, needing 6s. Let's see here. 1, 2, 3, 4. 4? 4 hits.
Yeah.
Okay, so that's a pin on Cox's squad. And they're veterans, needing 5s.
So 1 dead.
Got 1. Then you roll that 6 again. So just 1 dead. Okay, next die. Maybe I'll just leave the Sherman over here to deal with everything over here. Another Soviet dice. Alright, the Soviet mortar is going to try to hit Cox's squad now. Of course. Okay. This is one of those nights. 3 guys. 3s. 3 dead. And roll the 6 again. 3 dead Rangers.
D2 pins or D3?
D3 pins.
3 pins.
Oh my god. Well, the attack on this side is over. There's no way I'm getting across that field. So we're going to have to rethink our strategy over here. So next die. Soviets. Sniper attempted to come in, he didn't make it. Next die. Next die.
Yeah. Just assume they're mine at this point.
Oh, I got some in there. Got quite a few in there, really. Another Soviet die. So the truck came in, made it through. That's got the veteran Siberian squad in it. So the machine gun on the truck's going to fire over here at Chris Reed's squad, needing 6s. 3. Okay. Come on, man. I got 1
dead
and a 6 again. Another. Okay, so you got a critical hit. I'm thinking you want to take out the machine gun.
Yeah, let's take out the machine gun.
Oh my god, this is not going well. Not going well at all for the Americans. It's alright though. It's bolt action. It could all turn in a matter of minutes. So next die. One of yours?
Yeah.
The inexperienced squad attempted to fire, but they're way out of range. Another one of mine. What do I get? This is turn 2. It's got my officer and Thornhill left. Just had Joe Thornhill and his squad of veterans go down. So they're just going to camp out back here and guard my objective. Another Soviet dice. Lankowski just went down back there behind the inexperienced squad. Another one of mine. So this is the last one is for me is Lieutenant Dan.
You got 3 more. Or 2 more in.
Yeah, those are my reserves. They can't come in until next turn. So we'll see if Lieutenant Dan can come in. 9. He will make it because he gives them. Well, they don't suffer the -1. So Lieutenant Dan will come in on that. Lieutenant Dan, run up the middle behind the house here. Originally I was going to bring it over here to bolster these guys, but I think these guys are pretty much a lost cause. I'm going to have to try to get them out of here, hopefully. And then another Soviet die. Well, the rest of them are all Soviet die.
No, you got 1.
Steve brought in the other truck that has the LMG squad in it. He is going to fire at Reed as well. And needing 7s this time, though. Hey, no 6s that time. It's a miracle. Okay, so Steve will push on. So Steve, he had the AT rifle, ran out there, and then the Siberian squad got out of the truck. They are out of range of the Rangers. The LMG squad got out of the truck. They are not out of range, but they're needing 7s.
We got 2 potential.
2 potentials. Nope. Nothing. Good. I didn't need them getting any more pins. And I think that's it. So move on to turn 3. Top of 3. Now you can pull one of mine, Steve. Now would be a good time. Yes. Now it's going to be good. So I think what I'll do is I'm going to have Chris Reed try to get the hell out of there. The Reed was able to pass his order. Thankfully, I advanced around the corner. And I got 3 guys within 2 inches of the fence, so 3 guys can fire. We're going to fire at the AT rifle, needing 5s. Small team, long range. So what have I killed? I've killed 3 Soviets, and Steve's killed essentially a full squad of my veterans already. 7 dead veterans. which is crazy. Okay, another one of mine. So I guess I should probably try to get these guys out of here. They have 4 pins on them, but these guys could possibly get out of the way. Yes, they will pass the order. All right, we'll do something with those guys. Sergeant Shea and the veteran squad is run out of there. Cox is ranged in on the mortar with 4 pins. It's not looking good for him. Next die. Soviets. He's going to start off with the mortar, but on Cox's squad, but I'm going to go down. Oh, it's a butt. Hey, something went not Steve's way. Wouldn't matter. I was going to go down the first time they got shot at anyway. Another one of mine. Lieutenant Dan down. All right, come on, man. I need you to move. Now. No, I wanted the first one. I need you to start moving so I can use my Sherman on something that hasn't activated. That has already activated. He hasn't had a shot at something that couldn't go down yet. I'm running out of stuff here. Okay, I'll put these guys down. They will just continue to defend the objective. All right, there we go. Soviets. So Steve, he passed the order with that LMG squad, that 2 pins, and they've run back there out of line of sight of the Sherman. Next die. Another Soviet. The Maxim is backed out. He just zipped back there to get out of. Everyone's afraid of the Sherman.
Why?
Sherman's badass. See, now those guys have moved. I can fire on them.
Yes.
Go down. Another
yes,
one of Andre's. Another one of Steve's. Our car is driven up. He's going to do a side shot on the Sherman, and then he's going to put the forward-facing LMG onto these guys. So 6 is on them, 4 on them, 4 on the Sherman.
I'll hit one guy on the.
So it's a hit onto the infantry, a miss on the Sherman, thankfully. Another dead. Man. These guys are just toast. All right, next die. Another Soviet die. T-rifle is advanced up there. He's going to take a shot at the squad behind the fence, needing a 5.
Got a 6.
A 6. Of course a 6.
No, nothing but a pin.
Nothing but a pin. We're going to ban those Soviet dice. They roll too many 6s. Next die.
Well, 6s to wound are pretty good. That's sweet.
That's another Soviet die, although it's gray. Soviet LMG squad just advanced up along the fence. Another Soviet die. The Soviet LMG squad, that's the veteran Siberian squad, is advanced up there to the water tower. They're pushing up towards the American objective. Another Soviet die. So the first Soviet truck, the captured German truck, is just advanced up. Tried to get the angle onto Chris Reed's squad, but couldn't do it. So next die. Another one of Steve's. So this Siberian squad failed their 2-pin order. So they're down in the wheat field. Next die. Americans. 105, I got to deal with this guy. So I'm going to try to get a side shot on him. And then the bow gun's going to fire at that inexperienced squad there behind the fence. So long range, soft cover on the squad. 3 here on the...
Hang on. The inexperienced squad's going to go down.
Going down. All right, 7's on the inexperienced squad. So 1 possible. Nope. But I did get a hit onto the armored car. We'll figure that out. So it's a +4 on the side because I'm a 3 for the howitzer, +1 for the side shot. So I need a 3 up.
Plus you're so much bigger.
A 5. So that's a penetrating hit. Come on, Sherman, be the hero. Yeah, he's toast. Armored car is dead. So that's all she wrote for the armored car. So next die, I'm down to my reserves. I think I'm just down to my reserves at this point. I don't know if I want to bring them in or not. Another Soviet dice. Soviet sniper has made it in from reserve. He's in these trees right there. Next die. Another Soviet die. So Steve's got left that truck and his officer, Lankowski. I think that's it. He's kind of motored up there behind those guys. And next die. It's one of mine. Okay, so I have my reserves. They're coming in over here. I don't really know if I want to bring them in over here at this point, because that damn Maxim truck is there. They're just going to be in the same boat these guys are in at this point. So I think I'm just going to wait. I'm not going to bring my reserves in. Of course, this would be the time to do it because everyone's activated. So I could come in, if I made it, I could come in now and actually get some shooting off before he couldn't react. So in that sense, it's not a bad time to bring him in, because I could come in and fire the machine gun on the truck. I can get him out and fire, but then they'll be stuck here. But they're going to be stuck here no matter, even if I wait till next turn. It's a tough call. Yeah, I'll just wait. I'm going to wait. I'll put the truck down. Next die. Soviets. Last thing Steve did, he just had Lankowski advance up into the grass. So, and then the last die was the engineers in the truck who went down. So they're going to go down, and we'll move on to turn 4. All right, first die, top of turn 4. Soviets. So the quad Maxim did his pivots. He's coming down the road. He could not quite get in line of sight of Reed's squad. Americans. Reed squad pulled back from the fence. Kind of in a hard situation there for them. We're going to fire on the Siberians. I got to do some damage here because they got all SMGs. If I don't kill at least, I don't know. It's not looking good. So we're going to move. We're going to have Reed squad fire. It's what I say, the green ones were 3s and the rest were 4. I need a good roll. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6. 6 hits. It's pretty good. Now the hard part. Killing veterans. Come on, Reed. 3 dead.
Holy shit.
That's good. And then 2 6s. Oh, I got 1. So take your sergeant out. And 2 other guys. Which will leave you with 4 guys and a pin. So not bad. Not bad. Now we just got to weather the return storm of 8 SMG shots. But I am veterans, but my veterans have been dying a lot in this game. More than veterans normally die. So next turn, or next die, please. Soviets. Okay, so I meant to leave these guys down. So I can remove D3 pins, because they stayed down between turns. Is that 2 pins?
You don't have to do it on your activation?
It just happens at the beginning of the turn. Because I left them down at the end of the turn.
Yeah.
So he's ranged in, so he's going to mortar him again. So we'll probably just put those pins right back on him. So it's a hit. So we get 2 of them. 1 of them because I'm down. It's dead, so roll that again. So it's a dead guy. Okay.
D3 pins.
D3 more pins.
1 more.
So I'm back up to 4, and I'm down to just a machine gunner and the sergeant at this point.
You pulled a pin off, didn't you?
I pulled 2 off, and now I'm plus 1 again, so I'm back up to 4, because I was at 5.
Okay.
So next...
You got 5 pins and 2 guys, though. Doesn't that mean you break?
No, that's chain of command. If I was to lose half in 1 round of shooting, then I would have to take a morale test. Or if you're thinking sharp practice / chain of command. Americans. Had Sergeant Shea's squad. Just ran up along the fence line there. Just to hopefully get my Sherman something to shoot at that can't go down. Next die. Another one of mine. Man. So I got Lieutenant Dan, I got Thornhill, and I got my engineers and my truck, which is still, man, bringing in the engineers and the truck over here is just suicidal at this point. Although the Quad Maxim is gone, so that's something. But the chances of me getting another dice after this aren't great. So if I brought them in, I'd shoot the machine gun on the truck, and then the truck would just get shot to hell by 3 squads and the officer. Man. Okay. I'm gonna go down. I'm going down again with the truck. Next die. Wait another turn. At least this will allow me to come in way up there. So that's one of Steve's. Good thing I didn't bring the truck in. Steve drove the truck up. He's going to fire the machine gun.
Fours.
5 shots.
Was it 5?
Yeah, 5 shots. Medium machine gun.
4 hits.
3 6s. Okay, these dice are lethal. Do nothing but roll 6s with them. They're forever banned.
1 dead.
1 dead and a pin. Okay, next die. Another Soviet. So the other truck has moved up. It's going to fire at Shay's squad. Long range moved. Needing 5s.
2.
2 hits. A pin.
1 dead.
Dead. Another dead. Man, the dead pile of veterans is impressive. Veterans are not supposed to die that easily. That's the whole point of paying all the extra points for them. Another Soviet dice. T-rifle's not going to fire over here.
No.
Hey, he missed something. It's a miracle. Another one of mine. I'll put the guys in the truck down. Soviets. Soviet SMG squad. The Siberians passed their 1 pin order. And they're going to fire on Reed, needing 4s, long range.
Oh, bad roll. 2.
Wow. That was a whiff. Let's kill 2 veterans. I lost 10 veterans to Steve's 7 regulars.
1 dead.
Another one.
And a pin.
11 veterans. I'm down over a squad of veterans now. Alright, next die. Another Soviet dice. Sniper ran out. And another Soviet die. This guy's advanced over. He's got the LMG, the SMG sergeant, and 1 rifle around the corner. All needing 4s.
Oh, threw an order dice. I wonder
There's
where
an
that
order
went.
dice in there.
Yeah. So I need 1 more dice. Yeah. 3 hits.
3 hits so far. 3 hits. Veterans, they don't die.
Much.
I'd have been better off bringing a horde of regular Americans myself.
1 dead.
Another dead.
And a pin.
And another pin. I'm up to 3 pin. Yeah, this squad. Well, I have 1 full squad left. They're at 3 pins, half dead. They're at just 1 pin. They're out. Got 12 dead vets. So a squad and a half dead so far. And another Soviet die. And he still has all this that he hasn't done anything with. And I'm pretty much, what do I have left? I got Thornhill and Lieutenant Dan, I think. Oh, and the
Sherman.
Sherman hasn't gone yet. Okay. The regular Siberians failed in order again. Another one of mine. I'll just have Lieutenant Dan will go down. It's not running out there quite yet. Gotta wait till the end to do that. Next die. Soviets. Steve passed the 1 pin order with the LMG squad. They just ran out of the field behind the inexperienced squad. And another one of Steve's. And Kalski did the same thing. He just ran back over there with the rest of the guys. And well, let's see here. I got Thornhill left and the Sherman. I think that's all I have left. The Sherman drove up, and of course they went down, the experienced squad. So I need 7s. Ooh, the cannon got a 6.
Got another 6 behind the.
Oh. All right, needing 6s on these. Yellow's the cannon. Oh, the cannon hits on a 7. A 105 hit. A 3-inch template. But it'll be half of whatever it is. So we'll figure it out. So 5. It hit 5? So we'll say 3. Anything but. So 3 dead. And then I think it's D3 pins. 3 pins. All right, Sherman. Good job. That'll pretty much take that inexperienced squad out of commission for the game. Of course, he does have Lankowski back there. And next die. Or is there any more?
You have the next one.
Oh, I have the next one. So that's my engineers in the truck. They'll go down. Next die.
That's it.
Last
So
die.
hang on, we got to roll to see if these guys become veteran because they took a hit.
Oh yeah.
I don't remember. I happen to remember the rule. Do you remember the rule?
I think it's a 4+ or something. They become green or they become regular, not veteran.
Yeah, let's just, okay. Let's see if I roll above a 4 and then we'll decide.
Yeah.
Oh,
I
all
think
right.
that probably does it. A 5 would probably do it.
Right.
So I guess they're regulars.
They get rid of all their pins. Now they're regulars.
They don't get rid of all their pins, but they are regulars. So we'll move on to turn 5. Turn 5. I guess I probably should bring my veterans in now. Hey, look at that, an American dice. Shit, man. All right then. I mean, I guess I'm gonna have to do something with Reed with his 3 pins, kind of just trapped out here. Okay, 3-pin order check here. Let's see, 7, 8, 9, 10. They make it, which is amazing. Now the question is, what the hell do I do with them? Reed squad passed the order. They jumped the fence. So at the moment, I'm safe from those guys. They can always move up. I am in range of the Maxim.
You don't have line of sight though. Sorry.
What? Oh, that.
You don't
Oh, the
line of
Maxim? So yeah, I need 6s. I'm in line of sight.
sight? Just.
So I got a Hail Mary here. I got to take out that quad Maxim. And I miss. Okay, next die. Soviets. Maxim has driven up. He's going to fire at Shay. Shay's going down though, so needing 6s. Yeah, let's see here. Man,
1, 2.
look at all those 6s with the
3, 4.
Holy shit. Okay, man, those red
6,
dice are no longer allowed in this.
7,
in this
8.
8 6s? Oh my god.
Shit.
Sometimes the dice gods just smile upon you.
Yeah.
These red dice are unbelievable.
Bring a lot of machine guns. That's my.
Well, you don't ever roll this well, so I don't know what's going on. I guess every now and then, blind squirrel, right?
Blind squirrel finds a nut. All right.
I mean, there's nothing you can do about that.
It's
1,
4
2,
dead. 5 dead.
dead. Okay, they're all dead. So going down did nothing. All right. At this point, I might as well concede. I don't got nothing left. And there's like a massive wall of Soviets. Just I can't get through it. All right, next turn or next die. The Sherman. There's not enough turns left of the Sherman to do it. Let's see. That's Americans. German has advanced up. It's a Hail Mary here. I'm going to fire the cannon at the LMG squad. I'm going to fire the whole machine gun at the inexperienced squad. Both are going down. So the yellow's the cannon. So I need 5s. Come on, Sherman. Okay, well the cannon hit. So that's a 3-inch template. So 6 of them, so 3. Since you're down. Anything but. 2 dead. So 2 dead. And pin wise, we're going to go with 1 pin. So 1 pin, 2 dead, they're all down. And yeah, next die. Even with those 2 Sherman hits, I have no hope here. So next die. Watch now, my reserves will probably fail to come in after waiting so long. Another Soviet die. AT rifle has moved up the objective. He's going to fire at Reed's squad. Needing a 4 for moving.
Hit.
So plus 2, right? So it's going to be 3s. No, nothing. Nothing but a pin. So they're back up to 3 pins. Alright, next die. Soviets again. Truck's going to come around and fire 5 shots.
I think that's
4s?
3 hits.
Hey, another 6. Nothing but a pin. 4 pins now. So next die. That's one of mine. Alright, well, let's try to bring in the reserves. My last hope. They're coming in. Alright. Okay, here we go. Truck came in. And we're going to fire at the officer. He went down, so needing 5s. Damn. Okay, nothing. Next die. Sorry, we're all mixed up here. Alright, let's get the engineers out. So the truck's come in. Cody Neal has finally hit the board. We're going to fire at the, what did I say?
Experience squad.
I changed it to these guys. The LMG squad. Of course, your inexperienced guys are regular now, aren't they? Yeah, we'll stick with the no longer inexperienced squad. So I need a 3 with the yellow one, which is the flamethrower, and then 4s for everything else because we're point blank, but he's down. Oh, I missed with the flamethrower. And I got 3 hits. Unbelievable. Needing 4s. 1 day. Okay, my heavy hitter came in and got 1 kill. That is not going to get it done. So there we go. 1 kill. That was all my hopes and dreams were pinned on taking out at least one of those 2 squads. But that's not happening. So next die.
Did you have a die for the vehicle?
Yeah, somewhere. So another one of mine. Go down with Thornhill. He's staying put on the objective. That's his job. Another one of mine, and that's Lieutenant Dan. He'll go down as well. And then another one of mine. What do I even have left? Oh, these guys. They'll rally. We'll do a rally with these boys. See if they can maybe get back into this shit. They do make it, so it's 1 plus 1. Damn it. I've still got 2 pins left. Another Soviet dice.
So they're going to try to pass an order.
Okay, 2 pin order. 3rd time's the charm. They do pass. Okay, so they'll be at 1 pin. squad, they're going to assault the truck. They have 5 dudes that moved in this turn, so he needs 6s. Which should be no problem. Yeah, he's got 2 of them. You surprised? So you got to roll, I think, a 4+ to destroy it. Well, on 1d6, but...
Well, I had 2 guys, right?
Huh?
2 hits, right?
Well, you add your 2 to a 1d6, and if it equals its armor, then it's dead.
But I think it's mine at the end.
It'll be dead anyway, because you're touching it. So it didn't really matter. Is that it?
I got more stuff. I got all kinds of stuff.
Yeah, you still got 2 squads and a truck over here, and a sniper. Okay. What's left of the veteran Siberian squad just advanced up. Out of line of sight of each other, though. Another one of Steve's. Soviet sniper is now on the objective as well. Another one of Steve's. So you got that truck left. And I think you got the LMG squad. And the mortar, right? I don't think the mortar's done anything yet.
No, the mortar hasn't gone yet. It's about time for a 6 spot on the...
Yeah. Just don't use one of the red Soviet dice, please.
It's not a mortar.
Yeah. Okay. Okay, here we go. It won't be a 6. It can't possibly be a 6 again. It's not, thank God. Can't keep hitting forever. And I think the last thing you have...
One of these.
I have one left. Oh. What the hell do I have left? I don't even know what I have left. Yeah, I'm sorry. That dice, the extra dice was Shay's dice when she got wiped out by the quad Maxim. What do you got left here? Oh, just these guys, right? So they'll do something. So we're gonna call it. I'm gonna concede. There's just no way in hell I can do anything. My only hope was maybe up here, but there's 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 different Soviet units. I got two units. Sherman and the engineers. So even if they both wiped out an entire squad in this turn, there's still like 3 more units that can come contest it. If there was less units up there, I might have a chance, but there's just, the horde was just too much. Plus the good rolling, the unbelievable rolling that Steve had. I mean, that's up in the top echelon of rolling ever in the Nerd Cave. Just 6s after 6s on everything. And that coupled with the horde, and I lost 17 Steve only lost like 12 guys. I lost 17 veterans in my mortar. So in a game like this, when you're facing a horde, you gotta, like, your veterans gotta hold out and you gotta kill regulars. Neither of those happened, and then this is the result. And I just didn't have enough punch, so yeah, there's just no way in hell I was ever going to win this game. I mean, I could have won. If I got good rolling, I probably screwed up by going into there. But yeah, the horde just, it was from edge to edge. I mean, just squads everywhere. We actually had the same number. We both had 5 squads. It just seemed like you had a lot more shit than I did. The trucks with the machine guns, the quad Maxim, the mortar hitting. Yeah, the Maxim taking out a squad that was down. What you got? 8 6s on 20 dice.
Yeah.
7 of those on the red. 7 of those on the Soviet dice.
Yeah, that might have been a good roll.
That was a good roll. So yeah, there's just, the Americans weren't ever going to have a chance in this one unless things went our way. But what is it saying? Stalin had quantity has a quality all of its own, and it certainly proved true in this game. Didn't matter what my veterans had or what they did. It was just like they were just dropping like flies. Every single time they got shot, I lost 1 or 2 of them. And you know, this veteran's expensive. They start adding up, and when you get 17 of them dead, that's 2 squads wiped out. Although, I mean, technically I only lost 1 full squad, but when you start counting up all the losses and all the other squads, it was equal to 2 squads. So I was 2 squads down of guys, and Steve barely lost. He didn't lose a squad. I didn't take out one single Soviet unit. Oh wait, I got a red dice over there. What the hell did I take out?
You took out the armored car.
Oh, the armored car. Yes, the Sherman. So my MVP was the Sherman. He actually hit with a 7 on those inexperienced. He took out the armored car.
Brought a tank to a knife fight.
The problem was like the first turn, I kept getting all the dice, even though I was at a huge disadvantage, which I was kind of was going to use that to my advantage, and that Steve would have to bring all his stuff on, and I can start bringing stuff on to counter it, to face him where he was or where he wasn't. So that put me at a huge disadvantage right there, because I had to bring everything in, and he'd reacted to me. And I needed that advantage to make it even, and it just didn't happen. So that's another huge break that Steve got in this game, was that me having to show my hand fully with half the dice before he came in, and then he just knew where I was and he could just react to it. Now if it was the other way, then he brought in, then I could try to maybe find a hole or a lane I could go through or something, but yeah, so it was bad. It was a bad game for me. Made mistakes. Steve had a really good rolling. Dice pulls were not great for me at the beginning.
Kick-ass list.
Kick-ass list, yes. The Soviet horde. I thought about bringing a horde of Sikhs, desert Sikhs. It's like, I only have 4 squads of them, but it would it's like, well, I'm trying to think, what other horde army could I bring? I guess you could make a horde American army. If I didn't make regulars, if I just made them all regulars, I could have brought a lot of Americans. So maybe next time I face the Soviets, I'll do that. It'll be horde against horde. And then it'll really come down to dice rolling. So anyway, it is what it is. Not every game can be amazing. Sometimes there's just blowouts, and that's life. So anyway, thanks to Steve for coming out. Thanks to all the guys who were here on the live stream. And check out all our sponsors in the description of the video. All their links, and check out our social media stuff. Facebook, Instagram, Twitter. Check out our Patreon as well if you want to support the channel and keep us going, keep us producing the content that we're doing. And let us know what you guys think. What could I have done different to maybe, with everything we know now in hindsight, is there anything I could have done different? I'm sure there is. I'm not an expert at this game. I make plenty of mistakes. So anyway, let us know what you guys think, and we'll see you next time.